Hey boo, welcome back to the Peace in the Mix channel with me, Portia Payton. I am so happy you decided to come on back and hang out with your girl. I got my tea ready. And I hope you got your tea, your coffee, your snacks, okay? Because I might have to step in my fridge and grab a snack. But today's topic, I'm actually really excited about. I seen something online and I should have saved it so that I could quote it verbatim, but you know, when you just scroll and you see things and you're like, oh wow, that was a word. What I saw was, what if we decided to focus on being our favorite selves versus our higher selves? I actually liked that idea because I was like, you know what? That's cute. I thought it was a really cool way to shift the perspective and make becoming your highest self more fun, because I feel like if you are your favorite self, you are your higher self, right? Because your highest self is the aspect of you where you're most in tune with your purpose, you're most in tune with joy, with fun. Your highest self is the higher intelligence part of you that has the answers. It's like your intuition, right? This is such a fun, cute way to make it a little bit more ease and flow, right? Like if you're focused on being your favorite self, that's fun. Because what is your favorite self? When you think about the times you love yourself the most, what exactly are you doing? What are you focused on? For me, I'm my favorite self when I am present, when I am laughing, when I am having fun, when I am creative, when I am disciplined, when I am honest, when I am trying something and having grace with myself and compassion and learning. All of those things are the favorite parts of myself that I enjoy. I'm like, okay, I could focus on being my favorite self most of the time. Naturally, you're aligning with your higher self because they go hand in hand. Your favorite self should be your higher self. Now, I'm talking about your favorite sober self, okay? I just wanted to clear that up because sometimes you like who you are when, you know, you might have a little drink or two, or you like who you are after you little puff pass. But I'm talking about the sober you. Who are you when you are your favorite self? What are you doing? What are you focused on? Who are you around? Who brings out that part of you where you're like, oh, I love being this part of me when I'm with this person? Because do more of that. Do more of that, babe. I just have to pause real quick. If you are enjoying today's topic and you like hanging out with your girl, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, please, because I really want us to grow this community. Leave plenty of comments if you have your own perspective on this topic. Leave, you know, hands in the air if you lasted till the end of the video. Okay, let's get back into it. First, let me sip. Okay, knowing who your favorite self is going to cause you to be self-aware. I did touch on this in my first video. Self-awareness is key to anything, to healing, to changing your life, because if you're self-aware, you can understand why you do the things you do, what things you actually do. Some people, you're like, I did that? Yes, babe, you did. Pay attention. Why you believe the things you believe, what you spend your mind thinking about most of the time. Are you worried about the future? Are you stuck in the past? Are you present? Are you anxious? Are you scared? Are you doubting yourself? Are you highly critical of yourself? Are you highly judgmental of yourself? Are you a perfectionist? Are you putting a lot of pressure on yourself? If you don't like certain things that you're doing, like what you're thinking about, how you're behaving, how you spend your time, your habits, if you don't like any of that, you really do have the power to change it. You could change it anytime. It's gonna take some mental muscle building. It's gonna take consistency, and it is gonna take discipline, because once you recognize it, it's like, okay, now you're aware. Now there's no hiding it. Now there's no, oh, I did that. Yes, babe, you definitely, you did that. Once I became self-aware, I was like, ooh, okay, I do like this aspect of me. I can work on that. I don't know about that. I can work on that. I started paying attention to everything I just listed. I had some sort of aspect of that I wanted to clean up. So becoming self-aware was the first step towards liberation. It's like, ooh, I recognize it. Okay, how do I move forward with this? And so that goes hand in hand with, once you understand who you are and what you're doing when you're more of your favorite self, get to explore that part of you. It's fun. When I'm my favorite self, I'm creative, doing stuff like this. I'm really in my zone right now. I love this. I am so happy right now. I am full of joy. My energy just came up when I started recording. As soon as I pressed record, I was like, hey guys. Get curious about yourself. Get real curious, get well acquainted, and observe yourself objectively. This is not for you to feel bad, to blame yourself, to become down on yourself when you become self-aware. No, you can become accountable. Accountability is liberating. Self-awareness is liberating. All of this is going to lead you to enjoy a better quality of life. Just for a little transparency, I shared the favorite aspects of myself, but let's dive deep into what I discovered when I became more self-aware and paid attention to myself objectively. So I talked a little bit about it in my first video, but I noticed that I had people-pleasing tendencies. I would put other people's needs above my own because I wanted other people to be happy, and I'm like, if you're happy, I'm happy. I didn't understand that at the time I was taking on people's energy, and I didn't understand how much people's energy affected me. It's like, I didn't know the separation between people can feel what they feel and I can feel what I feel. I was taking on more than I should have. I noticed that. I was like, okay, I'm taking on stress and mental stuff that really isn't mine to carry, so I need to work on that. I can show that I love people in other ways than doing that. I don't have to completely mesh and merge with that energy. I can still hold space and still be of value to the people I love, but I have to also protect my energy because I'll get sucked right in and it'll really take a toll on me physically. So I have to learn how to listen and be there for people, but also not allow it to cause discord within my own body, because listen, that's a thing. Phone, gosh. Another part of my thought process that I noticed when I became more self-aware, I was constantly focused in the future. I was worried about if X, Y, and Z was gonna happen or not. I was worried about if I did something wrong. I was worried about if I offended someone. I was always in a state of, I really don't wanna hurt anybody or upset anybody. I had to get that in check really quick, because over time, even that starts affecting you. When you're anxious all the time, life is not enjoyable because you're not present, and ain't nothing cute about that. I was like, Portia. Just kidding, I was nicer. But it felt good to notice I was anxious. I didn't understand completely how to validate myself. Once I learned how to do that, that changed the game. That changed the game. My relationship with myself got so much better because it prevented me from looking for validation elsewhere. So now you're self-aware, now comes the changes. Now we gotta start implementing action to change things in our life that we're not happy with. You can't really change anything outside of you. That is something that I wish more of us learn early on. It would prevent a lot of disharmony. However, you can do everything to work on yourself. And that is the only person you ever have control over anyway, honey, so let's get to it. I have to start implementing healthy boundaries. Depending on who's in your life, people are not gonna like that sometimes. People might think you are in the wrong for establishing boundaries, or they might poke fun at you or joke at you or things like that, but it's okay. Keep them boundaries, baby. Keep them boundaries. I had to learn how to keep my boundaries, honey, because it's hard out here. My leg is falling asleep, hold on. Oh, this is my little pillow. I should take the tag off this. This is my little pillow. My mom actually brought these over. We have like 3 of them here. After implementing healthier boundaries, I started being nicer to myself. I started noticing how hard I was on myself, and I was like, girl, come on now, let's stop. Let's not do that. That's not benefiting anybody, especially not you, okay? So I started just being nicer. I started complimenting myself more every time I walk past the mirror. Hey, boo. Hey, girl. Or I'd be like, your hair looks so good today, girl. Or I'd be like, I like how you handled that, girl. I like how you did that. Or if I made a mistake, I'd be like, it's all right, it's okay. It is not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. You are not a bad person, okay? So that was less negative self-talk, less judgment on myself and my choices, being more patient with myself. Ooh, because listen, once I became more patient with myself, I really liked being in this body. My goal was to make my mind a safe space for me to exist. I want to enjoy my mental space. I didn't want my mind to be my worst enemy, and your mind can be your worst enemy by self-doubt, by worrying. Following these steps overall made me a better friend to myself. And when you become a better friend to yourself, you're a better friend to other people, you're a better lover, you're a better human being. And guess what? you're probably in that space of being your favorite self when you are nice to yourself. That is the goal every day, making my mind a space that I love to inhabit, a space that feels good. It's a muscle that has to be built every day. It requires work, it requires effort, but it's fun for me. And I hope that it becomes fun for you. But it starts by being aware, pay attention. It takes time, but overall, my mind has become a more peaceful place. The 20-year-old version of me is so happy. She looking at me in awe like, girl, because in my 20s, my mind was completely different. I was still me, for sure. The base is always there, but what my mind was doing in its resting state is drastically different than what it was doing in my 20s. Now there's more ease, there's more flow, there's more fun. That's what life is about, right? I just want to reiterate, I am not a licensed professional. I am only sharing what has worked for me. Maybe what works for me isn't gonna work for you, but I think it might. It is my hope that what I'm sharing does benefit you in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just one thing that I say. But if there's nothing you take away from this video, I hope you at least take away becoming self-aware and paying attention to yourself in an objective way. Just take notes, get curious, and have fun with observing yourself. Have fun with exploring, and have fun with recreating yourself. Oh my goodness. That's the juicy part of life, I feel. I am really excited to be in this season of recreating myself. I was first in the season of becoming aware of myself. Now I'm in this season of making steps and changes to continue to enjoy blossoming into the woman I envision myself to be. And it is my hope for you as well. In the meantime, please like and subscribe and share. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video.